Today, I'm taking you on a unique adventure to the heart of Europe, Brussels, where I had the chance to experience something truly incredible. An intensive Konnakol workshop, the fascinating art of vocal rhythm, with an exceptional artist, BC Manjunath, in an awe-inspiring location at Lydie Thonnard's at L'Étendard. This adventure was organised by the Saint-Bérézy Association of Toulouse, thanks to the European Erasmus Mobility Programme. Join me and discover a musical practice rich in history and culture, and become immersed in a world where rhythm becomes language. The call of the magical syllables. On arrival, our small group of 6 mingled with the rest of the participants at our host Lydie's home. There, musicians with different inspirations and backgrounds had gathered to immerse themselves in the mysteries of Konnakol. But before diving into this world, we had to understand, what is Konnakol? Originating from South India, Konnakol is a form of vocal percussion from the Carnatic tradition, one of the 2 great Indian musical traditions, along with Hindustani music. This technique involves reciting specific rhythmic syllables, called sulcatu, in tandem with complex rhythmic cycles. Originally, Konnakol was used to orally transmit rhythmic structures to percussionists, particularly those playing the mridangam, the emblematic instrument of Carnatic music. Today, it is not only used as a teaching tool, but also as an art form in its own right. What makes Konnakol unique is its ability to transform rhythms into language. It requires a great mastery of diction, precision, and musicality. Its beauty lies in the balance between structure and improvisation, which makes it captivating for both musicians and audiences. Unlike our Western writing, it's a writing system that we can't sight read. Sight reading doesn't exist for the Indians. And so the closest thing in terms of writing that I could think of in our tradition is Gregorian chant. It is said that Konnakol originated millennia ago in the sun-drenched lands of South India. It was a secret language, composed of syllables that, when recited accurately, made the gods themselves dance. Drummers used it to transmit their knowledge, and dancers lost themselves in its captivating rhythms. Each syllable had a soul: ta, di, tom, nam. Dictated by Shiva, they were like seeds that, when thrown into the fertile soil of music, gave birth to infinite cycles of sounds and silences, like creation in the universe. The Garden of Rhythms. For me, it was a completely new experience. Although I had started practicing with Mathieu, a rhythm enthusiast who initiated our stay, I was far from grasping the full picture. At first, the words seemed foreign, difficult, almost awkward. Often I didn't know when to breathe, and I lost precision in my recitation. But little by little, I felt the rhythms come to life within me. Each repetition was a dance between my voice, body, and mind, and soon the syllables became one with my breath. But it wasn't without its challenges. Sometimes the rhythms got lost in the wanderings of a tired mind, and it was then necessary to find the thread, like an explorer following a mysterious map. Fortunately, the group's kindness and energy transformed each difficulty into a learning opportunity. Each syllable must be born in our breath. It's not a simple recitation. It's an embodiment of rhythm. The meeting of worlds. The next day, things became more intense. The rhythms accelerated, the cycles became more complex. It was like learning a new language. I could read music, but here everything was in my memory, in my body. Everyone had their own cueing technique. Some visualized the exercise in geometric shapes or syllables, while others preferred to rely on counting with their hands. Magic was happening. The syllables came to life, linking together in hypnotic cycles. The talas, rhythmic cycles materialized by hand gestures, along with the chanting, literally put me into a trance. Nothing else existed except our group. Concentrated, without any worries, we sang the exercises together like mantras.
Konnakol is always sacred for me, which is a balance between me being spiritual and also playful at the same time. Because spiritual for oneself is only for us, and being spiritual and playful, it means you're also transposing your spirituality to other people by being playful. So Konnakol is spiritual and playful for me.
As the days passed, Konnakol revealed its many faces to me. I discovered how these ancient rhythms could blend with modern music. Jazz, electro, or even body percussion. What's interesting, I think, for Konnakol especially, and as a jazz musician, is also to work on rhythms that are widely used in jazz today. That is to say, everything that involves division into 5, subdivision into 7, and all that. And not necessarily working on sequences that would be easy rhythmically. It could be thought of as a conversation partner. Each syllable is like a note, a vibration that resonates with the other instruments. It's easier with my eyes closed, and then I try also to invest and not mimic, by saying to myself, hey, he does it like this, so I'll do the same thing. So I try to follow him, and sometimes I mess up, obviously. That day we were feeling tired, but the strength of the group carried us forward. We advanced together, discovering a new way of thinking about music. More intuitive, more visceral. Alchemical integration. On the last day, the exercises were more fluid. I felt something different. A new energy hung in the air, a mixture of excitement and concentration. As if everything we had learned in the previous days was trying to come together in a harmonious form. I was still far from being able to say that I had mastered Konnakol, but I could be proud of having at least managed to play with its rhythmic complexities like a child with a Rubik's Cube. Manjunath guided us with a particular intensity. We were able to move forward in our understanding by talking together and asking questions. The group, which had been a collection of individuals on the first day, now formed a single entity, a single breath. And then the clock marked the end of this last class. I felt a strange mixture of pride and nostalgia. These 3 days had flown by like a walking dream, but they left a deep imprint on me, an irrepressible desire to continue this rhythmic journey. In the evening, Lydie on the flute, Gilles on the piano, and BC Manjunath on the mridangam did us the honour of closing this workshop with a concert of original compositions. happened quite naturally. Manju said to me, "Oh, well, I'll come and we'll try and organise a concert and play together." And it was really a gift that he just offered that he wanted to share the stage with us and our music too. The compositions were mostly pieces that we wrote while we were there, and which were influenced by the classes we had with him. When the last note fell silent, and the applause rang out, I knew it wasn't over. This workshop had opened a door, and on the other side, there was still so much to explore, so much to learn. A shared adventure. Today I'm leaving Brussels with precious memories, new friendships, and a musical treasure I can't wait to share. It was a great energy. It's like a little family for 3 days. It's a little bubble that's created, and it's just wonderful and magical to share a practice. Rhythms like that, all together in one voice, I find it really powerful.
It all starts, I have to tell a little bit of a history. It's about my father. My father was very much like this. He always wanted to propagate the beautiful art form, and then he just wanted to propagate about the things that he felt happy about. So for him, music, Konnakol, everything made him so happy. So whatever happiness he had, he wanted to share it. And then I saw him doing this, and then for me it was more important, because whenever I asked one question to my teachers or my father, they gave me 100 answers, 100 different possibilities for a question. So when they gave it for me with so much ease and without having any inhibitions, without saying no, I have no right to keep it with me and die. So I just want to propagate whatever comes to my mind, whatever my teachers guide me, whatever my father guides me to do, and then I just do it because I feel happy and I just want to spread happiness.
Konnakol has broadened my horizons, not only as a musician, but also as a curious human being, fascinated by the discovery of new knowledge. So, to you who are listening to this podcast, I invite you to explore this world of magical syllables. Perhaps one day you too will hear the call of rhythm. This podcast was entirely produced by Jeremie, and all the music comes from the recordings of the concert. Gilles Carlier on piano, BC Manjunath on mridangam, and Lydie Thonnard on flute, vocals and foot bass. English translation and voiceover by Birchall.